Welcome to Enunciation Perfection session number 150. Today's session focuses on the constant need to clear your throat. Breaking the frustrating cycle. And I don't know if you're anything like me all day long. Sometimes you're just going hawking shit out that's not even going to come out unless it's on a vacay and it wants to vacate to your throat and fly across the room somewhere, which is still bad because you still should always be covering your mouth whenever hawking. But some people get so used to dry heaving their coughs that they forget that people have germs and that something is bound to fly out of their hawking mouth. And it's pretty gross if you think about it, so I'm going to Lysol everything knowing that I be hawking all day long. Sometimes, and I feel like it was just because of the drugs before, but no, it's not. And it is because of the way you use certain drugs. Sometimes it's best to use a water bubbler bong. That will prevent the all imaginative layer of crystal methamphetamine you might have layered and plastered across your whole throat and esophagus. Not to paint a vivid picture, but I believe that is what happens because that is what happens to the apparatus. So why should your throat be any more different? It's just as dry. Don't lie. I'm just kidding. Anyways, Enunciation Perfection by Nicholas Joseph Rosales. Getting rid of that cough or constant hawk. That stubborn itch in your throat, the one that makes you constantly hawk up nothing. Dry heave or feel like there's always something stuck back there is incredibly common and frustrating. You swallow, cough lightly, clear your throat with that raspy ahem, and nothing comes up. Yet the sensation returns minutes later, turning a quiet moment into an endless cycle of throat clearing. Many people deal with this for weeks, months, or even years without realizing it. It's often tied to a few treatable underlying issues rather than just dryness or a bad habit. This persistent tickle or urge to clear isn't usually dangerous on its own, but the repeated forceful clearing can irritate your vocal cords and throat lining further, worsening the problem over time. Let's break down why it happens and, more importantly, practical ways to finally get rid of it. Common culprits behind the endless throat itch and clearing. The sensation often stems from irritation or excess mucus in the throat area. Here are the top causes. Number 1, postnasal drip. Postnasal drip. Probably the number one reason people constantly clear their throats. Your nose and sinuses produce mucus to trap allergens, dust, or irritants. When that mucus drips down the back of your throat, it creates a tickly, something's there feeling. Allergies, sinus issues, colds, or even dry, cold air can ramp up mucus production. Number 2, laryngopharyngeal reflux or silent reflux, a form of acid reflux where stomach acid splashes up into the throat and voice box. Unlike classic GERD, you might get heartburn, just chronic irritation, a lump sensation. You might not get heartburn, but you'll get hoarseness and that constant need to clear. It's sneaky because many people don't connect their diet or eating habits to the problem. Number 3, allergies or environmental irritants. Pollen, dust mites, pet dander, smoke, pollution, strong scents, or dry indoor air can inflame your throat directly or trigger more mucus. Number 4, dryness or dehydration. Low humidity dries out throat issues. Low humidity dries out throat tissues, making them feel scratchy and prone to that itch. Number 5, habitual cleaning. Once irritation starts, throat clearing becomes a reflex. The more you do it, the more you irritate the area, perpetuating the cycle even after the original trigger fades. Now, if you'll flip the page open, this beautiful document that I had made earlier today, earlier during the night, whenever I was like in between maniacs, I sat there and I did my Enunciation Perfection document, okay? and this is a document that I prepared for you guys. It's a beautiful little illustrated, bordered, page numbered, watermarked document from yours truly. Less common causes include infections, certain medications, or food sensitivities, but the above cover most chronic cases. Solutions to break the cycle and stop the annoying need to clear. The key is addressing the root cause while gently restraining yourself to avoid forceful clearing. Start with simple, natural steps. Many people see big improvements without meds. Lifestyle and home remedies. Stay super hydrated. Drink plenty of water throughout the day to thin mucus and keep throat tissues moist. Aim for at least 8 through 10 glasses. Warm fluids like herbal tea can soothe even more. Use a humidifier. Add moisture to your bedroom or home air to prevent dryness. Clean it regularly to avoid mold. Try nasal irrigation. A neti pot or saline nasal spray / rinse flushes out allergens and excess mucus from your sinuses, reducing post-nasal drip. Use distilled or boiled, then cooled water. Sip water or suck on lozenges instead of clearing. When the urge hits, take small sips of water, swallow hard twice, yawn silently, then swallow or suck on sugar-free lozenges or candy, or suck a dick. Just kidding. These break the habit without the harsh hawk. Avoid triggers. Cut back on irritants like smoke, strong smells, or dry environments. Elevate your head while sleeping, because you can do things while you're sleeping. If reflux is suspected, so you're going to throw in an extra pillow or a bed wedge to higher your head above normal height when you're sleeping, or whenever you're going to go to sleep for the next session of sleeping. For suspected reflux, eat smaller meals, avoid lying down for 3 hours after eating, skip late night snacks, and limit acidic, spicy, fatty foods. Caffeine, alcohol, and chocolate. Just kill me now. An anti-reflux or Mediterranean-style diet often helps dramatically. That is if you're suspected reflux, the LPR. We discussed LPR a bit ago, whenever I described to you what that was. And it is some sort of disease that I have forgotten already. It is called laryngopharyngeal reflux or silent reflux or LPR. So if you suspect yourself of having LPR or silent reflux, you're going to eat smaller meals, avoid lying down for 3 hours after the meal, skip late night snacks, and limit acidic foods, spicy foods, and fatty foods. Cut caffeine, cut alcohol, and cut chocolate. An anti-reflux or Mediterranean-style diet helps dramatically. So that last one is just for the suspected reflux. So if you are suspecting yourself for having that long-ass worded reflux disease, then this is what you're going to do, alright? Quick soothing tricks. Gargle with warm salt water a few times a day to reduce irritation. That's actually not a bad idea. Honey in warm tea can coat and calm the throat. If deep throating, be sure to use lubrication. Steam inhalation loosens things up naturally. If these don't help after a couple of weeks, or if you have additional symptoms like persistent hoarseness, Tony Braxton syndrome, swallowing pain, unexplained weight loss, or blood in mucus, see a doctor, such as an ENT specialist or allergist or gymnast. They can check for allergies, reflux, sinus tissues, reflex, or other factors and may suggest tests. Allergy meds, nasal steroids, or reflex treatments like PPIs. You don't have to live with that endless got to clear it feeling. Identifying the trigger and swapping forceful clearing for gentler habits often brings fast relief and less annoying habits, and quiets that annoying itch for good. Or else I'm gonna reach my little hand right here, stick it in your throat, and scratch the shit out of it so you won't ever do it again. That is it for session number 150 of Enunciation Perfection by Nicholas Joseph Rosales.